So I'm really excited to be able to announce that we finished up a plugin for WordPress, which hopefully will be useful for a lot of people. It's probably the most flexible Open Graph slash Facebook-like plugin for WordPress that I've seen. And it's not sexy, but it's meant to get the job done, especially since Facebook has now announced that they're getting rid of the share button or deprecating the share button and sort of moving to the like button to share content. So this is just going to show you how to use it real quick. Basically, it's pretty simple, and once you install it, and by the way, all you have to do to get a copy of this plugin right now is I'll look into publishing it, but all you have to do right now is go to our blog at gunnertech.com and just leave me a comment. Leave us a comment on any post and just say that you want this plugin. We'll send it to you. So down at the bottom you have two options here. It's called Open Grapher. That's the name of the plugin. So you have Open Grapher and Display. So when you first go in here, you're going to want to configure Open Grapher, or it's not going to work. So these are the options that you have. Open Graph title, and if you don't put anything in here, by the way, you're setting the defaults here. We're going to set the defaults. So Open Graph title. So if you don't say anything, it's going to default to the name of the blog. If you don't set an Open Graph type, it's going to default to article. Now, there's an exception for this, that if it's the home page or the front page, it'll actually default to website. Open Graph URL, there's no default for this, and really I can't think of a reason that you'd want to ever change this to set a default for this, because it's just going to default to the current page that you're on if you don't say anything here. Theoretically, if you wanted to put a like button to someone else's stuff on here, you could do that and put the URL in here. Open Graph image, you can set a default image here, and I recommend strongly doing that, because when people like your content, you want to be able to have some sort of image show up, because that attracts a lot more attention on Facebook. So all you have to do is click that image uploader button, and you'll get the standard WordPress image uploader. Then you just select a file and it'll go in there. Alternatively, you can just paste the URL to a photo, to an image in there if you want. Facebook says they have to be bigger than 50 by 50 and shouldn't be too big, by the way. Open Graph site name, it defaults to the name of the blog again. And so this is, you probably don't want to change this either, unless you're, for whatever reason, you want the name of your site to be something different on Facebook. Open Graph description, so by default this will go to the blog description as well. And so then you're going to want to fill in one or all three of these, which is app ID, page ID, or admins. And admins, you can have multiple admins, and it's just your Facebook ID separated by a comma. Now there is some questions about how you get your Facebook ID, so let's find that out right now. So here I am on my Facebook page, and the easiest way to do this is to go to your photos. Let me just find my photos here. We'll go photos. And then if you roll over here, and I'm going to click copy link location, and I'm going to paste it up here, and you see where it says ID. This is your Facebook ID, and actually I'm pretty proud of mine. Mine's pretty low. I've been a member of Facebook for a while. So that's your Facebook ID. So you just copy that and go back over here, and you'd paste this into the comma separated. If I wanted to add a new member, you just do that and click Save Changes, and you're done. So how do you change the display? So the display options are all in here. And so this gives you total control over everything that you can control on with the Facebook like button. Display it above the content, display it below the content, display it on individual posts, display on individual pages, put it on the home page. So show faces, that means that do you want the faces of the people that like this, which looks like this, to show up. That's what that means. And finally you have layout, which is standard, box count, and button count. You can play around with those. Color scheme, like or dark. Verb to display, either like or recommend. Font, you can pick for some fonts. And the width, and finally the CSS class if you have a designer who wants to style the box a little bit better. So also, you can also override all this stuff on a per post level, all the settings that you set. So let's go in here and create a new, and look at a post. Okay, so here's a post right here, and if you just scroll down, you're going to find an area called, I think I passed it. There it is, Open Grapher Settings. And in here you can override all the defaults that you set on the defaults page. You can configure everything here to override it for this post as well.